Hello, welcome back, viewers and subscribers of Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here, your host, and tonight we'll be dissecting a bunch of stories that have been plaguing the news, but some more than others. First and foremost, let me say thank you to my sponsors, Quicklink Shipping, RS Sports Store, and CSA Shop. You guys have been tremendous throughout the past 2 years or so, or a year and a half. The journey has been magnificent with you guys, and without you, we couldn't have been where we're at now. And we definitely look forward to continued relations going forward as we go from strength to strength. Now, football will officially be back tomorrow. The Chelsea football team, they'll play against Villarreal in the Super Cup. But again, the English Premier League and all the other top leagues across Europe, they're expected to commence at the weekend. Now, my topic tonight is, why is the JFF actually happier than football fans? We know fans, they get excited when their teams return to the field of play. The likes of Manchester City, the fans are pumped because Man City acquired Jack Grealish. Lionel Messi recently completed his move to PSG, so naturally we're expecting a whole lot more fans on that PSG wagon. Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these teams, they have their different fans across the globe, and Jamaica is no different. We are big consumers of European football, and it's been that way for quite some time, especially since the local football team, the Jamaican national team, the team that we cheer for as our team, it hasn't been at its best for the past few years, or should I say few decades. All right, if you're just joining us, remember, as soon as you hop on the live, hit the like button. We'll be here for the next hour or so. And as I said, we'll be looking into why the JFF is actually happier than football fans. Myself, a football fan, I know everyone on here, you're fans of football as well. But why are they happier? Why is Theodore Whitmore and Mr. Ricketts and everybody, why are they so happy? Football is officially back. We'll jump into that and more later on in the show. But as I said, as soon as you hop on, hit the like button. I'll ensure I drop the link just about 10 minutes or so into the video. I'll leave the link there so you guys can hop on and leave your reviews as well. We're expected to resume Ball Talk next week. For those who have been with us throughout the entirety of our journey, you know what Ball Talk is. If you're new to Halftime TV, Ball Talk, every week we take away the most pressing topics from football, and we take it here on our platform and we discuss it. We break it down. We take the different views. There are some nights where we have guests on the show where we invite footballers, rather in the USL or in the local Premier League or in MLS or wherever. If that person, whoever you are, if they're a big footballer, you can expect to see them here, especially if they represent Jamaica at the international level. All right, so we'll be resuming Ball Talk next week. Halftime TV Fantasy League, I'll send that out through the YouTube channel as well later on this week, before the Premier League begins. Don't worry. So probably about Thursday afternoon or so, we'll release the Fantasy League code. We will upload it to the YouTube channel, and if you want to join us as we play fantasy football for the next 38 weeks or so, for the duration of the English Premier League, you can definitely join us on that journey as well. There'll be prizes and surprises at the end of it. We'll see what the sponsors have in store, but it's always a treat, so don't worry about that bit. All right, so again, why is the JFF and why is Theodore Whitmore, why are they happier than actual fans going into the beginning of the new football season? I'll go into each pointer. I have 5 pointers here, and I'll go into them individually. Before though, let me drop the link on here just in case there's someone on here who wants to join the discussion. I'll drop the link, and then you can hop on and you can participate if you wish. All right, but as I said, we will go into that and more. throughout tonight's show. All right, I was planning originally on doing just a video and uploading it, but again, time constraints and but yeah, basically fighting against the clock. I have so much things to do tonight, and I decided I definitely need to drop this video before anything else. All right, so as I said, why is Theodore Whitmore so happy? The Jamaica football team, they went to the Gold Cup, they underachieved drastically. We the fans and the pundits and the analysts, all of us, we were taken aback by the team's horrible showing. But because of the Olympic Games, there wasn't much time, or we didn't get the full duration to actually dissect and to vent our criticisms. The Olympic Games, they actually took away some of the attention from the national team, and my crickets as well as Theodore Whitmore, I'm pretty sure they were overwhelmed of the timing, by the timing, sorry, of the Olympic Games, because it took a little bit of the attention from them. And because Jamaica did so well at the Olympic Games, we kind of forgot about how bad the Reggae Boys did at the Gold Cup. There's still a lot of work to do with the Reggae Boys team. We know that. And as I said, football coming back so soon after the Olympics has finished, it still means then there is little time for us to actually focus on it. Because as I said at the beginning of the show, most of the fans, even if they cheer for the Reggae Boys, even if they're fans of the Reggae Boys, they're even bigger fans of their club teams. And regardless of what's happening with the Reggae Boys, they're more focused on what's happening with their club team. So I think it's a club team first, and then the Reggae Boys second for most fans today. I think it was different back in the day, but because the Reggae Boys haven't been doing so well in the past 2 decades or so, I think a lot of the fans, especially the younger fans, they've drifted away, and it's club team, Reggae Boys in that order. So the club team comes first, and then the Reggae Boys come after. And it is what it is. So if their club teams resume football, if the Reggae Boys are playing on that said weekend, chances are they will be focusing on what's happening with their respective clubs. All right, so what else do we have in store? I think football coming back, it also gives the coaching staff, the Jamaica Football Federation, time to regroup, to rechannel their focus, to basically take a step back and reassess what they did wrong, to brush off everything that didn't go so right during the last tournament, which is the World Cup, and to come back better. We know the World Cup qualifiers, it begins in roughly two to 3 weeks. It begins September 3rd for Jamaica. So they have a number of big games coming up beginning in a few weeks, and they will be hoping that their players bring forward their best selves, because what we saw at the Gold Cup, it was an atrocity. And anything similar to that going into the World Cup qualifiers, it means we, the Reggae Boys fans, we will have to be watching the World Cup from home again. I know a lot of us didn't plan on going to Qatar anyway, but I think if the Reggae Boys are playing in the World Cup, it is more of an incentive for a lot of us to travel. But if the Reggae Boys don't show up, if they don't bring their best selves to the World Cup qualifiers that begins in a few weeks, I think we will be cheering for our second teams again, the Belgiums and the Brazils and the Argentinas. I know Jamaica is filled with Brazilian fans. It's the same with Argentina. Lately, they've found some Belgium fans, because a lot of the youngsters, as I said, who were born in the 2000s and thereabout, they're Man City fans. And Kevin De Bruyne, he's the main man for Manchester City. So again, it'll give the Jamaica Football Federation some time to regroup, to brush themselves off, and to reassess what they got wrong during the Gold Cup campaign. The United States, they've overtaken Mexico as the kings of CONCACAF, and Jamaica has taken a step backwards. Blessings, Stephen Campbell. Welcome to the channel. The Jamaica football team has taken a step backward. As my father would say, it's almost as if they're growing down like donkey tail. We're growing down like donkey tail, as my father would say. But again, so far we have we have 2 pointers. So less attention to the national team. And we also have, they'll be given a few weeks to regroup and come again before the World Cup qualifiers. All right. So we will be continuing on that path. It will offer them an opportunity to, an opportunity will be offered for young Jamaicans or to Jamaicans who are looking to play in the English Premier League to get there, because we know Leon Bailey will be playing for Aston Villa this season. And before Leon Bailey, Bobby Reid was in there with Fulham last season. But Bobby Reid was a different case from Leon Bailey because we know their stories. Now, Leon Bailey being locally born and bred, I think it attracts more interest from those in the English Premier League, which make a fall in the 50th. Okay. All right, so we are looking to get some more youngsters in the English Premier League, and I think Leon Bailey playing in the English Premier League week in, week out will mean that more interest will be attracted to the island, and it spells only good things for local players, because as I said, that's where most players want to be. That's where most of the youngsters, that's where their aspirations are, to be playing in the English Premier League. Okay, so again, we think football coming back, the English Premier League, the Serie A, the Bundesliga, La Liga, all those, it's basically giving the Jamaican youngsters an opportunity to hope, right? To hope and to dream big, because with Leon Bailey at the biggest league in world in club football now, it means an opportunity is there for them to step up as well, and to be granted that chance to go there. Since Bibi Gardner, we had Fuller as well at Sunderland, who did well. But again, we need to see more youngsters from Jamaica going into the English Premier League and showcasing their class. All right. Next pointer that I have here, it is the perfect opportunity for some of the Jamaican players to regain match sharpness. We saw Ravel Morrison. He gave a good show in Derby's first game, or Derby. I keep saying Derby, but Derby. Derby County's first game in the EFL Championship. So again, we want to see things like these. We want to see our main players coming back to the national team with match sharpness. Ravel Morrison, we know he will be in the national team when the World Cup qualifiers commences, and he was there before he had a club, so he was there while he was unattached. So I can imagine that he slides right in that starting 11, know that he's a mainstay with Derby County. We know it's only a 1-year contract, but nonetheless, Ravel Morrison is quality, and as they love to say, class is permanent. All right, class is permanent. He's shown that time and time again. He's one of the most gifted midfielders in the national setup, or even gifted players. I'll go as far as saying one of the most gifted players in the national setup. And I think him playing at Derby County in the EFL Championship, it spells only good things for the national team. I did a video about it already, and I'll say it again. It spells only wonderful things for the national team. My final pointer, football coming back, what does it mean for the JFF and why they're so happy? Why are the JFF and Theodore Whitmore so excited that football is back? My final pointer on the topic is it's the perfect opportunity for them to find that midfielder. It's a perfect opportunity for them to find that midfielder, the midfielder that Jamaica has been searching for. We've been hunting for a midfielder for the longest while, from Whopper Kill Philip, as my grandparents would say, and still we can't find it. It's the area that we've been struggling most for the past few years, and I think with the championship, I think already a game has been played in the EFL Championship, the English Premier League resuming as well. I think all the major leagues should be back in full swing this weekend. So by Saturday of this week, all the leagues across Europe will be back in effect, and I think it's a perfect scouting opportunity for the Jamaican Football Federation and for Theodore Whitmore to find that midfielder. If they're hunting, players will be playing, players with Jamaican heritage, players with Jamaican lineage, grandparents, that sort of thing. And it is the opportunity now to go there and to find that perfect fit to put in the puzzle that we've been missing. We've been missing a midfielder. I think Theodore Whitmore will be rubbing his hands right now, rubbing them, because football is back and he will be given the opportunity to find that midfielder, to go out there and watch some games and to see who is the ideal candidate to fill that slot that we've been lacking for the longest while. All right, so again, scouting opportunity for Theodore Whitmore and the Jamaica Football Federation. Leon Bailey paving the way through his move to Aston Villa, meaning more youngsters will be given the opportunity in the next few years to go to the English Premier League again. I know the Jamaican ranking, it's not as favorable as we would love, but again, there are some players who, once they're playing in the English Premier League, they will offer the opportunity for scouts to go and look where this player is from. The likes of Jamaica has fallen down to 50 ranking coming out August 12. Okay, all right. Janardo Patterson, Marlon Nelson, I think he's directed that one at you. But yeah, as I said, the perfect scouting opportunity for Theodore Whitmore to find that midfielder. Leon Bailey paving the way for Jamaican youngsters so they can dream big. They can actually get an opportunity to get into the English top flight. Less attention to the national team. As I said, we did horribly at the Gold Cup, the Olympics. It followed suit, and we did well at the Olympics. So the fans of football were a little bit distracted as things stand now. We're paying attention to the athletes, the Elaine Thompson Hera, the Shelley and Fraser Price. We're bashing the male athletes who went to the Olympics and didn't show up. So essentially, the male athletes of Jamaica, the sprinters or the quarter, big up Marlon Nelson, big up. The sprinters and all these track and field folks, they're the ones who are shouldering the pressure for the reggae boys as well. Because had it not been the year of the Olympics, we would have still been talking about the reggae boys and their failure at the Gold Cup. All right, think about that. And you can disagree with me if you wish, but as I said, that is my opinion. I just think, had it not been the year of the Olympics, we would still be bashing the reggae boys for such an awful showing at the Gold Cup. All right, now because the Olympics were underway just a few days after the Gold Cup, we opted to focus or to rechannel our focus on the Olympic Games. And then because the Jamaican males did so badly at the World Cup, at the Olympic Games, sorry, then they're the ones who ultimately are shouldering the blame for this entire summer. And no football is back. The fans on here, the 35 of you guys who I presume you've already liked this video, you're cheering for your team, your Manchester City, your Manchester United, your Liverpool, your Chelsea, your Tottenham Hotspur, your Arsenal. You're cheering for these teams, right? So as a result, you're so focused on what your team is going to bring this weekend that again, our focus is drifted or taken away from the local team, the Jamaica football team, the national team. And as such, they've been given some leeway. They've been given some breathing room to recover and to fully regroup and to give some performances. Because no, I think going into the World Cup qualifiers, no, remember, generally for World Cup qualifiers, those are FIFA dates. So with the FIFA, big up, yeah, but Wesley Hall, big up, Wesley Hall. Some of these games, it will mean that club football will stop, and then the players will go to represent their clubs, their national teams. Sorry, and when they go to represent their national teams, then our attention will be on international football again. But as things stand now, our focus has drifted from international football and we're fully invested into club football. Tevin Campbell, Aston Villa, yeah, bring straight. Definitely Arsenal, whoa. Not sure about the Arsenal, but I can see the Villa. I can see the Aston Villa, definitely. I can see the Aston Villa. But again, folks, let me know what your thoughts are. The link is right there. If you want to call in, please do. And let's hear your 2 cents. Let's hear what you have to say on it. 20 minutes in. New Aston Villa fan. I'm a new Aston Villa fan as well. I'm a new Aston Villa fan. I'll definitely be watching more of Aston Villa just to ensure that I get to see more of Leon Bailey. All right. So again, link is posted there. If you want to hop on, you can hop on and let me know what you guys think. What are your opinions? As I said before, my thing is the Jamaica Football Federation and Theodore Whitmore. They're happier than all the fans on here. And we might think we're excited. I'm a Chelsea fan. Naturally, I'm excited. Chelsea plays Villarreal tomorrow. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait. But I know Theodore Whitmore can't wait for the new season to begin. And it's the same with the Jamaica Football Federation, because the longer it goes without football, then we start thinking back and we start saying, but wait, but Jamaica national team never gone with none. We did fail in a World Cup. And then we started having, like, the one vlogger will probably do a video and then people remember about it, and then it keeps recurring. And at the end of the day, then they start getting a whole lot of blame again. So I think football, the resumption of football this weekend, does far more good for Theodore Whitmore and the Jamaica Football Federation than we even realize, because that blame and that level of cussing out that they'd be receiving otherwise, it's insurmountable. All right, straight. I will never stop being an Arsenal fan. Bring Arsenal from Henry days. Henry days. All right, Kevin Campbell. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Players change, but once you're a fan of a team, it's very, very difficult to change. And what do you think about Paul Hall as the assistant manager? What do you think about it? I think Paul Hall, he offers something different, right? He offers something different, and in any organization, you need to be dynamic, right? Dynamism is the key to the progress of any establishment, whether it be a football team or a company that you work with, whatever. You can't have folks who are thinking the same way and who act the same way and who operate the same way, because then they won't be able to see things from another angle. It'll be one-sided, if you get what I'm saying. So I think Paul Hall he's a good appointment. I'm not sure the extent of his responsibilities, but as I said, okay, the Liverpool for life. Paul contact Anthony Grant. Liverpool remain. Okay, I heard that in the pipeline as well. But again, Paul Hall also offers networking, and I said this earlier this week. I was having a discussion with a friend. I think the art of networking, it receives little attention most of the times because it isn't painted as being important. But networking is far more important than a lot of the subjects we do in high school. And I think they should start teaching networking in high school, because when you leave high school and you just go out in the field and you're trying to start networking, it's almost as if it's a fish out of water. You feel so naive, you feel uncomfortable and all of that. And had you been taught this skill from high school, it would be easier for you to adjust and to act on it as soon as you're out into the world. So I think networking is one thing that Paul Hall offers as well, through his connections and the people he knows and all of that. It offers him a wider reach or a wider span to get individuals to play for Jamaica. And again, as I said, if you are of Jamaican heritage and no one knows, and you are associates with Paul Hall, you're more inclined to go in to represent the Jamaica national team, because Paul Hall is there, in contrast to a situation where it was only Theodore Whitmore. You're a little bit more reserved. You're like, okay, I don't know the coach, I don't know anyone in the football federation. So you're a little bit more apprehensive. So again, networking is key, folks. And always remember, if you're on here, if you have kids, you need to stress the significance of networking to your kids as well. All right. networking needs to replace some of the subjects I do in school, because some of those subjects you don't use them any at all in your lifetime. And I think networking is something that I use, as a matter of fact, almost every day. All right, so very, very important, and it's no different when you're in football or you represent national team. All right, Gennaro, that was my team as well. For some reason, now I'm full of. Gennaro, you didn't have a team in the English Premier League. Get it? You didn't have a team. Arsenal owners has no ambition. The business, the transfers has been the worst in the Premier League so far. A big club. So far for a big club. Okay, I expect nothing from them this season. Freedom. I thought you were an Arsenal fan as well. Why don't JA try to get more players into the Bundesliga instead of EPL? That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not even sure the efforts that are being put in place to get players into the EPL, if I'm to be honest with you. Again, the next thing is the language barrier. A lot of footballers and individuals in general, they like comfort, and stepping out of the comfort zone means they have to go somewhere where the language is different, the culture is different, everything. So again, it's just, I think, if it's a case where they aren't trying to get a lot of players into the Bundesliga, I think, based on my opinion, I don't have any facts to support this. Based on my opinion, I think it would be a lot to do with comfort zone and that sort of thing. So it's the same. We don't see a lot of Jamaicans playing in Latin America and that sort of thing. And Latin America plays very good quality football. Even in Brazil, very, very good quality football. But we don't see Jamaicans who are interested in going down there. Again, language barrier. So they want to go somewhere where it's easier for them to adjust and to assimilate into society. No, Arsenal was my team because of Henry. Okay, sir. Okay. Very fine to be vaccinated to watch the matches live. I will do Jamaica this service. I think Leon Bailey going to be rough because of experience at Villa. Kemar Roof should get selected. Well, the information reaching me was that Kemar Roof didn't sign the contract as yet, so still waiting on that. Waiting on the official word out of the camp, and then we'll go further into that. All right, as I said, folks, if you want to hop on, the link is right there. We can chat for a few. Planning on doing just about maybe an hour or so. Yeah, planning on doing just about an hour. It is Tuesday night. It's already 9:13 here in Toronto. So we will do another 30 minutes or so, hear your views, find out what you guys are thinking, and then we'll call it a night. As I said, if you're just hopping on, hit the like button as soon as you jump on. Subscribe to the channel as well if it's your first time here. We completed the Olympics run, folks, and we took a few days off. A lot of folks been messaging me and asking me if I'm finished with football, but no, we are officially back to football now. Just had to take a breather after the Olympic Games, and we know how it is. Yeah, we need a little bit of rest every now and then as well. All right, we're at 2,390 something subscribers. Just maybe 4 or 5 more subscribers to get it to 2,400. And would really appreciate it if you guys just hit that subscribe button as soon as you hop on. All right. Yeah, so as I said, the football officially back. Theodore Whitmore and the Jamaica Football Federation, they're happier than everyone else. Why is this the case? One, because it will offer Theodore Whitmore a scouting opportunity to find that midfielder that we've been lacking for so long. 2, it will take some of the attention off the Jamaican football team and the failures at the Gold Cup. 3, Leon Bailey will be playing in the English Premier League, which means 1, he'll be getting a little bit of match sharpness. 2, he will be showing other scouts who are interested in young talent that Jamaica has talent, and who knows, maybe in a few years or so we'll see a few more Jamaicans playing in the English Premier League. All right, so let me know what you guys want to add to it. Those are my few let's see what else we left off. Yeah, yep. Yeah, man, Morrison. I think it's also an opportunity for some players to get as sharp as possible. Bobby Reed, he ran out for Fulham. I think they drew. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they drew in it. Yeah, I think they drew Fulham. Bobby Reed is looking a little bit bulky as well, like he's been hitting the gym. So again, Jamaica will be having a lot of players in the EFL Championship. And when I say Jamaica, I mean through lineage, so through your grandparents or through Jamaican heritage, essentially. Through Jamaican heritage, essentially. So they'll be having respect, freedom, respect. We appreciate it. So they'll be having a lot of players in the English Championship, and it is through lineage and all of that fun stuff. So Demari Gray played well against Manchester United. Again, we're waiting to see the actual commencement of the league. And I think when the league begins at the weekend, then we will see what is really up. Chelsea, they're taking forever to announce Lukaku, Lionel Messi. He's in Paris. Ici c'est Paris. So he's in Paris, Paris Saint-Germain with the Galacticos team. How do you say Galacticos in French? Someone let me know on here. So so Paris Saint-Germain, they're the team to beat this season with Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, M&M. Yeah, someone said M&M, but it's not the chocolate. Yeah, so they have Kylian Mbappe, they have Neymar, they have Lionel Messi, they have Angel Di Maria, they have Hakimi, they have Verratti, Gini Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, Kimpembe, Marquinhos. It's a big Donnarumma. Wow. So it's an all-star team, and definitely PSG will be looking to win everything that's available to them this season. But we won't drift too much from the Jamaican football. We will try and tie it back to everything that's happening in the world of football as much as possible, because we know, although you have your various teams that you cheer for, at the end of the day, the Reggae Boys, they remain the staple. We are always cheering on the Reggae Boys regardless. All right, so yeah, that's where it's at. But again, let me see if I can post this link so we can get you guys on here and hear your comments and your views. All right, let's see. Yep. All right, there you go. But yeah, guys, let me know what team you're cheering for, who you think will win the league this season. Where do you think Aston Villa finishes? PSG for the UCL, that's my team. L'Equipe Galacticos, lovely. L'Equipe Galactos, okay. Raymond Dwyer, thank you for that, Raymond. Appreciate it. Good to have a little bit of French in here. L'Equipe Galactos. PSG for the UCL, that's my team because of Neymar. Folks, you're killing me. I swear. I just stream. Morning, boss. How you doing? Hold on. I'm not hearing you.
Oh no, I was muted.
Let me turn it up a bit. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I was muted a while ago, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right, so what's up? How you doing tonight, Ray? Is it not Raymond? Jonardo. I'm doing good.
I should have come on for the program a long time ago. I like what you're doing, and I hope you keep it up. You've seen my thoughts already, so yeah. But yeah, overall, still, like I mentioned earlier, Arsenal was my team just because of Thierry Henry.
Okay.
We used to capture the ball on top of that 18 and just kind of drift across this with his right foot and then make that shot, and it was just exceptional. Henry was a player. Yeah. But right now, I only support teams that Jamaicans play at.
Exactly.
The only team I supported last year, I didn't watch the EPL last season because Leon Bailey, our best player, was in Bundesliga.
But Bobby Reed was in the EPL.
No, man, but you see, at the end of the day, Bobby Reed is in the EPL and he's okay. He's not a Leon Bailey.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fair
In
enough.
my in
I
my
guess
mind,
he isn't enough for you to watch the league because of him.
no,
Okay.
nor was his team enough at the end of the day.
True. True. Right.
I could tell people about Liam Bailey. I said that Liam Bailey deserved to be in the champion. I mean, in EPL. And when I'm trying to explain why they need to be in the EPL, I mean, they used to compare him to the Pulisic, the other guy that went to Chelsea as well. What's his name from Leverkusen?
Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz and all these players. And when we start talking statistics, man, they realize that, they have a point. Because you see, Bailey was playing in a broken team, and that's the reason why statistics look the way they look. Because man, I tell you no lie, sometimes when you watch the match them, Bailey do the craziest thing, get the ball in the box, some man jump before the ball even reach to them, just for sure they didn't really have the ball knowledge, or I don't know the best word to use here. You're the one that have the best diction.
Nuance, yeah. The ball nuance.
The ball nuance. I mean, the mere timing that the ball is coming, and you can't time it. When you look at Ronaldo will jump and stay in the air because the ball not reach him yet. If you remember that goal of him.
Yeah.
And he just the hang time was just exceptional. His team didn't have that. So most of the time, when him could end the series with 22 assists, the team was just poor in receiving the balls.
Yeah.
Now my hope is going to Aston Villa with Ali Watkins. Check this out. I never even know about Ali Watkins before this. So I start my research. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we can start talking about my team. Aston Villa, my team, right? So we talk about Ali Watkins.
Man, fully invested. You can get the Gazoo jersey now.
Oh God, man. No, I'm not that kind of fan still. I Jamaica really support still.
Yeah. So as I said at the beginning of the show, all the Jamaicans, regardless of where you are in Jamaica or how much you love the national team. Remember, international football only plays 5 or 6 times of the year when it's not the World Cup qualifiers. So naturally, you're going to have a team. If you love football, you're going to have a team that you cheer for. You might not be a fully invested fan in that team, but you still watch that team every now and then. You get what I'm saying? So again, it's just one of those things. And even if you get the Aston Villa jersey, no harm there because we know whose jersey.
Aston Villa still straight up.
We know who will be on the back of that jersey.
What I'm hoping, because even when you look at the stats, but the great Grealish, which moved on from Leverkusen, from Aston Villa to City. When you compare the stats,
similar.
Liam Bailey is on par,
Yeah, definitely.
And then Grealish is viewed as a club legend. So I'm thinking to myself, if Bailey goes there and performs average over the 5 years or 4 years, I think he's going to do about 3 years at maximum at Aston Villa before City and United and the other top clubs come wanting. But if he go there and perform average on his statistics comparing to Grealish and all the other players in England who show themselves to be great players. Whereas when the man go mention that I'm going there to dominate, I think that was his language.
Yeah, I didn't watch the full interview.
Man, he pretty much mentioned that. Listen, man, there's going to be some kind of. I think they mentioned like a strong play, like body physical. Yeah, it's more physical than their league, and the man be like, that's fine. That's not the first for me. I'm just going there to dominate, and I can tell you. From me, I watch that little boy coming up, he's going to do well. I think the first part of the season might be a little bit off, but he's going to do well.
Again, coming to a new league, we're expecting a little bit of adjusting period, and especially young players. We know Leon Bailey, he's what, 23? I think he turned 24 earlier in the week.
24 now, yeah.
So he's still very young, and as you mentioned, 2 or 3 years. I gave him 3 years, so that takes him to roughly 27. And most players at 27, it's a peak of your career. So that would be the ideal time. I think Aston Villa, wonderful move for 2 reasons. One, they're still a fighting club. So mid-table, I think mid-table didn't do them any justice this season because Jack Grealish was injured for like half the season, like 12, 13 games. And he was their talisman, how they played. Everything went through Jack Grealish. So as a result, they stumbled to the back end of the season, and they ended up finishing, I think, 11th or 12th. Now, had Jack Grealish been there fully fit for those 12 games, I could easily see them picking up maybe 17 more points. I won't say that they'd pick up 30 points, but I'll put it at roughly 17 more points from those 12 games. And 17 more points takes them into Europe. You get what I'm saying? So again,
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. I think Leon Bailey will do well. It won't be that difficult for him to adjust, because again, this is England, and we know the Jamaican community in England is very, very big. We also have Raheem Sterling, who's playing in there, and both of them are close friends as well. Jadon Sancho is there. He's good friends with Jadon Sancho as well. So I think the adjusting period, it might be a little bit difficult as it relates to his football and understanding his teammates, but just as it relates to the surroundings that he's in and his comfort level, because football is played both on the field and off the field. So him being comfortable at home and where he's living and that sort of thing, I think that will come faster than his adjusting period on the field. But that's my opinion.
But the good news, though, for this season is that they'll be starting their games. I think their first 3 games not coming against any top table opponents. I think there's Watford at the first game. I believe Brentford is, I think, the 3rd game, and I think Aston Villa is the 2nd game.
I think that game against Watford will be quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, man. But I don't think that should be. It's a good game for them to get there gelling together. I'm anticipating a 1-0 win for Aston Villa. But at the end of the day, because they're just gelling at the time. Remember there's 3 new signings primarily that leads the front line.
Yeah. So there's Buendia, there is Ings and Leon Bailey. But I don't think Leon Bailey will play the first game, I think
I'm banking on him, because when they look at it, Leon Bailey is their, I think this is their highest is most
signing
player upon themselves. Yeah, I think at 30 million value. On a value basis, is at 35 million, and I think there's someone in the back line from Argentina. I don't remember what his name is, but he was valued at around the same $35 million. So you'd want to expect that even if he doesn't start.
Yeah, but remember
a run into the game.
Remember, he got injured during the Gold Cup, So that's why
I don't think he was injured.
So well, that's what they said. He was suffering from something in the thigh. So I'm waiting to see if in fact there wasn't an injury and he would be fully fit to start, because I didn't see him. I've been watching some of Aston Villa's preseason videos, and I didn't see him in the training. I didn't see any of that. So again, I think they played a preseason game yesterday or day before. I think day before yesterday, and he wasn't a part of that either. So again, I think just getting him in the country and just putting him straight back out there will be a little bit tricky. So I don't expect him to play the first game, to be honest. I think maybe the second game.
Don't do me that disservice, man. I need that 20 minutes.
All right, no worries. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, we're keeping the fingers crossed. Hoping to see Leon Bailey in that first game. But again, we're hopeful. He's our representative in the English Premier League, and whenever he goes out there on the field of play, he'll be representing the entire Jamaica, that entire piece of rock that we have in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Leon Bailey will be representing us, and as such, I think there will be a ton load of Aston Villa fans this year. I think most of the players we have, people remember Real Madrid Galacticos did not win any Champions final. How can I start study team? Don't guarantee champion. Yeah, true. Raymond Dwyer, as I said, football isn't played on paper. I love to say this: football isn't played on paper. It's how you execute it. And Mauricio Pochettino, I think he might very well be the weak link in the PSG team. But again, he might. Yeah.
Mention Tevin's comment a while ago. That comment.
I'll be able to make Havertz look like
fan last season. And the seasons prior.
I can't agree with Tevin. Tevin.
No, man. Trust me this.
I can't agree with Tevin.
Because you cannot agree. I disagree.
I cannot agree with him. I disagree with what he said. Because the thing is, the thing is, I've seen Havertz in 3 different teams, right? And although Leon Bailey is a wonderful player, is a fantastic player, I think Kai Havertz, his technical ability is next to very, very few that I've seen at his age playing football right now, right? We saw him in the Euros for Germany, and it was almost as if everything he did, it was effortless, right? We've seen him for Chelsea. At the beginning of the season was a little bit rocky, but then the player started coming out, and we could see his touch. I think he has a touch similar to that of Berbatov, but also he glides, so he's always cruising. He's never in a hurry to do anything on the football field. And this is after leaving Leverkusen. So I've seen him in I've seen him for Leverkusen, you know. I saw him for Chelsea, and I saw him for Germany. So I saw him for 3 different teams.
Check this out, Harper. Check this out. How Bailey made him a star that so much so that they had to call him to Chelsea was what I think that. What I think that Bailey had was this gentle touch. Bailey just have this way for us run down on the lines, pass the ball across into Havertz so much so that there's not much that he needs to do.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, all right, go ahead.
If you check the stats, if they would have represented chances created, Havertz would have missed at least 4 chances for every chance that he scored. Whereas he was at Leverkusen. It's not as though Bailey didn't give him the chance on a platter, you know, but he misses them. But the fact is, Bailey continuously give him the chances, hence the reason why he scored and come out to be like this prolific scorer.
I agree with what you're saying about the chances created or whatnot. But again, remember, Kai Havertz is an out-and-out striker. And again, with a player who is being slotted into that position then as a false 9, as they call it now, and still being able to give you a performance as an attacking midfielder, because originally Kai Havertz is an attacking midfielder. Because if you look at his assists while he was at Bayer Leverkusen, they're up there as well. So again, that's why I'm saying I can't say Leon Bailey made him look good, because when you see the raw talent that Kai Havertz has, remember, you know, he came through the academy at Bayer Leverkusen. You know, he came through the ranks all the way up, and he broke into the first team. At what, 17 years old, he broke into the first team, and he's been there since he got the move to Chelsea. So again, it shows that the club had faith in him because they saw that he was a talented person. They put him in the first team, and he has been in the first team straight through until he got the move to Chelsea. I think he's a talented individual, and regardless, I can't take away Leon Bailey's contribution to maybe his price tag or maybe how he's viewed. But again, when you're playing with good players, you look good, and it's a save. You can even twist it around and say Kai Havertz made Leon Bailey look even better as well. So again, it is what it is. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. People remember, okay, Everett Bailey needs to bulk up a little more because the EPL is more physical and more demanding than the Bundesliga. Lucky we're blessed with attacking options for the Jamaican team. All right, thanks for that comment, Everett. Jonardo, your camera froze. I don't know what's happening there, Jonardo. All right, yeah, Jonardo's camera froze. Don't know what happened there, but definitely we'll be continuing the comments that are on here. We'll see what Leon Bailey has to offer in the English Premier League. As I said, most of us, I saw him a little bit with Genk. I saw him with Bayer Leverkusen, and fantastic player. But again, I saw him with Jamaica, and it's a different Leon Bailey than the one I saw with Leverkusen. So we see the difference in the player. Could be because of the system that the coach is playing, could be because of a number of reasons. But again, as I said, as I went back to Kai Havertz, I saw him with Germany. He was fantastic for Germany at the Euros. I saw him with Chelsea. He's good with Chelsea. I saw him with Leverkusen. He was fantastic with Leverkusen as well. So wherever I've seen him, he's been good. So and yeah.
When me watch Leverkusen, I barely me watch.
Yeah.
Right? So statistics, barely statistics, me a pray.
Right.
There's one thing that you need to look at. There are games, I think even the Leverkusen side itself didn't really want to play with Bailey.
Yeah.
How do I find this? There are games where 74% of the ball is down the wing that Diaby is playing on. Albeit that Diaby not doing anything with the ball. At one point, I had to screenshot the statistics. I wish I had the phone that had.
I think I don't.
Hold
When I just started, hold on. When I just started watching Diaby, I liked him, but as the season went on with Leverkusen,
and that's it. But for some reason, the team keeps playing the ball to Diaby. No,
and when the changes are being made too, it's Bailey that's coming off, and because
Diaby not doing crap. And check this out now. Peter Bosch had Bailey on the bench for the longest while, and I play Demari Gray, Diaby, and
whenever he was making the substitute for
somewhere Barry, I don't remember his name. One DM word, Demarari or something like that. I don't remember his name right now, but he's playing all those
I think it's Demari Gray.
No, man, not Demari Gray, man. There's some I don't remember his name. Right.
We'll get to yours in a second, okay, Kurt Peters. We'll get to that question in a second. Yeah.
Check this out now. So this is when he decides to play Bailey against Bayern Munich. You know, this is when he decides to play Bailey. They are losing the game and need that help. So all along he knows that Bailey is that player, you know, that can win the game, you know. But for some reason he plays a side that doesn't involve Bailey. And let me give another angle to the thing. When Bailey scored 5
Fabrizio,
goals,
welcome Fabrizio Romano. Welcome.
When Bailey scored 5 goals in, I think it was 3 games, right?
Yeah.
And the entire hype was around Bailey. Yes, that's the name. That's the name I'm looking for.
Yeah. Welcome Fabrizio. What's up, Fabrizio? How's everything happening with Messi over there in PSG? Keep the news coming. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right,
so continue. When Bailey scored 5 goals in 3 games last season, right? Bayern Leverkusen was at this point was at top of the table. The games that followed, no matter how good Bailey's run were, the team didn't pass it to him because the news media was a buzz with Bailey. And all of a sudden, everybody else in the team wanted to be seen, or they wanted to pass the ball to everybody else but Bailey. I tell you, there are times when Bailey make the perfect run on his wing, and the individual decides to pass the ball back or pass it towards the RV. I tell you, brother, if you were a Leverkusen fan as much as I am, because Bailey was there.
I'm not. I watch a number of games, and I think I watched 4 or 5 games. I watched 4 games in a row one time, and I saw Leon Bailey being substituted for Demari Gray on each occasion. So I'm like, okay, like, makes no sense.
As soon as Bailey substituted, I lock off the TV, man. I watch every game once. You see, when I got the starting lineup and Bailey's on the game, I start watching it. If he's substituted in the game, that's when I start watching the game. As it's Bailey stats and performance that I'm focusing on. I'm telling you that Leverkusen didn't do him any justice, especially under Peter Bosch. When a new coach came on and started giving him some freedom to play, if you realize he started playing good game again and ended the season well.
We're finding the old Leon Bailey, innit?
Huh?
Yeah, I said he rediscovered the old Leon Bailey.
There you go. Yeah, man, he's going to do good things at Aston Villa, and I like their ambition. I like the way how they're structuring the team, and because of that, I think that once they go there and everybody do what they're expected to do, the Ings and the Ali Watkins taking their chances once they are provided. Top 4, top 6 at a minimum.
I think Aston Villa, Jack Grealish leaving could be a blessing in disguise.
Some blessings. Because apparently we did everything. That's what I'm hearing.
It could be a blessing in disguise for them, because I alluded to it earlier in the show, and I'll mention it again. When Jack Grealish was out for that 12 game, he was out for 12 games, like 12 games. right? And the team slipped all the way to mid-table, right? What that shows is that everything is being channeled through Jack Grealish. When you check the chances created, only I think Kevin De Bruyne had more chances created than Jack Grealish. And this is primarily because everything that happens for Aston Villa happens through Jack Grealish. And that's not because they don't have a choice. It's because that is how they play. They play through Jack Grealish. So if someone decides, okay, I'm going to take Jack Grealish out of the game, it's almost as if the team is dysfunctional. You get me? And it showed. So I think getting Buendia, getting Leon Bailey, getting these players in the team, it actually makes the team a little bit more multifaceted, and it will work to the benefit of the coach, because then he has options. He has something different to offer rather than everything getting to Jack Grealish winning a set piece or taking the ball into the box or what. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Curtis asking, yeah, man, that's a good point. But Curtis asking who you think will win the EPL.
I saw Curtis' question.
Before you answer that question, let me mention something. When Bailey came to Jamaica, when Bailey come to Jamaica to play,
yeah,
there's an issue with that game, is that the system, like I think you had alluded to it, the system doesn't allow Bailey to play his game. Bailey's playing back as far as on the half line, trying to get the ball. It is similar to when Darren Mattox used to play for us as a striker. I think Darren Mattox, many persons wouldn't have remember, but Darren Mattox, I think, is one of our better strikers that we had. But at that time, we didn't have a midfield to support. Darren Mattox oftentimes have to go back as far as defense in order to get a touch of the ball. If you remember watching Jamaica playing, again, Jamaica on my side.
Yeah, man.
I don't really watch EPL and everything. I watch it this year because you know the boss today. So when Bailey came to
EPL this year.
Yeah, man, King Bailey this year, man. But when he was playing for Jamaica, he again will be making the runs, but then the midfield didn't have that vision, nor was the system structured to say, like, listen, you're in midfield, look for the timing of Bailey pass the ball. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think we had that kind of communication to the line people to say that this is what is expected when they play. Because he would have made a couple runs, but it just didn't happen. And he did overplay. But to answer the question about the winner of the EPL, I think
don't say Aston Villa. Don't say Aston Villa.
No, man, no. I would love for that to happen. I'm saying top 4, top 6 at a minimum.
All right. But well, I think Aston Villa gonna take Arsenal's place in it. So wherever Arsenal finished last season, so that's where Aston Villa gonna take this year.
Okay, we're not having that conversation. I mean, Arsenal used to be my team. I'm saying I'm now an Aston Villa fan, and I'm telling you that they will be top 4, top 6.
All right.
Europe next season. What's his name? I think City should win. Okay. They don't have no reason not to win. And I think Liverpool will be a strong contender. So those are the 2 points.
So City wins without a striker again.
A striker?
Are you talking if they get Harry Kane?
Remember, they are working on getting Harry Kane now, so I don't
see why so with or without. So say that they don't get Harry Kane.
If they don't get Harry Kane, it gives another Jamaican, which is the only reason why I watched England in the Europe the other day. Yeah. I so wanted Sterling to do well, and he did well. But my God, are they racist?
That's a discussion for another day.
Again,
a discussion for another day. So you have Man City to win, Liverpool to do well. So your top 4, who makes it?
So they may also even win over. Worse if what's his name? The defender.
Van
Dijk can come back up to par in time, because I think that was where Liverpool lost the game last season.
Yeah, but you know, in Van Dijk's absence, you know, Liverpool didn't concede that many goals. You know, the problem was scoring. So the strikers, they actually were misfiring. So
you have a thing called moral boost, you know, man.
Okay, so Van Dijk is a moral boost.
When, like I mentioned to you, Neymar became my ball, and I started watching Brazil from 2014.
Yeah.
And became a fan of Brazil in 2014 at that World Cup when they got 7-0 against Germany.
Okay.
And the only reason why that happened was that Neymar got injured in I think it was the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think Colombia took him out.
The minute that Neymar got injured, the game changed.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair
man.
enough. So, yeah, our problem was mostly scoring. Yep. See, that's a Liverpool man on there. Walker, Liverpool man. I think. All right. I won't. Who I think will win the English Premier League? I think Manchester City are our favorites again. Manchester City are favorites. Chelsea. I'm waiting on them to announce the signing of Romelu Lukaku, and then after Romelu Lukaku's announcement, then I can say Chelsea will be a strong contender. But again, Chelsea are reigning Champions League winners. They'll be looking to win the Super Cup as well. So based on what happens there, then we'll see. Talk with your chest, bro. So we'll be waiting to see what happens there again. Okay. So yeah. Our problem is Steph Curry, big up yourself, Liverpool fan. I hope you're watching that game tomorrow. I'll be doing what they call it. I don't even remember. Short. Yeah, the YouTube short. So I'll be doing a quick 1 minute video uploading to my channel as well after the Chelsea Villarreal game, regardless of how that game finishes. You saw Ravel goal. Yeah, we saw Ravel Morrison's goal. Classic stuff. And again, we're happy because what it means is Ravel Morrison will be taking some of those goals to the national team. All right, give me 1 second, folks. Excuse me a second. All right, I'll be back. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. Had to go check on the door. Heard the doorbells ringing. I can't hear. Can't hear.
You're telling me I was talking to myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Everett had made a comment about the Bailey needs to bulk up because the EPL is more physical and more demanding than the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
So to that comment, I was thinking that I don't think he necessarily needs to bulk up because his current physical structure allows him to be more swift, to be swifter in his play. There were times in the Bundesliga where players would have been physical towards him, but his structure allowed him to easily skip past a play, continue the play, and not fall over because let's just say he has a heavy upper body because he's trying to bulk up, and that heavy upper body would cause him to lose balance. But he was able to jump a tackle, continue play because he was more equally distributed in his whole physique. So I think if he carries that same structure with the same mentality, and I think he has given himself a tough challenge because he wants to be that person that represents Jamaica. If you've listened to some of his past comments, he wants young kids playing football in Jamaica to aspire to be great like him. So he wants to be
Okay.
our Messi. He
Yeah.
wants to be our Messi.
Fair
So I
enough.
don't think he's going to go there to play a fool. I can promise you that. And
Yeah.
I don't think Mr. Butler will allow him go there and play a fool. He will be in his ears.
Next thing to add to that, we always say with the need to get bulkier, the need to hit the gym or that sort of thing. But with Bailey's physique, I think it's more about anticipating. He's already big enough. I think it's just about getting into, because probably folks aren't as quick as in the English Premier League. The folks in the Bundesliga weren't as quick as they'll be in the English Premier League. The challenges probably aren't as robust. What that means is you're to expect the challenges. You're to expect people to be quicker. You're to expect all of these things. And if you're
decision making have to be on top notch.
Exactly. So if you're expectant of all of this, then it automatically puts you on your toes 100% of the time. All right. So it doesn't necessarily mean it just means, okay, you have the body to take a challenge, but are you expecting a challenge? Because if you play football at any level whatsoever, you realize if you're playing evening ball and you control the ball, you're not expect somebody to come in and tackle you or come body check you. You're gonna be a little bit slight. However, if you're expecting someone to give you a body check, you're going to be a little bit more firmer, and you're going to be expecting that challenge. So again, it's just getting that instilled into your mind to say, okay,
a swift play cause that body check to even hurt themselves as opposed to hurting yourself, hurting you, the player.
Exactly.
Because you know, if you about that water knee.
Blessings, Jay, any weather. Blessings, Jay, any weather. I love, brother. I love down there in Florida. Remember, folks, if you're just joining us, hit the like button as soon as you get on. Subscribe to the channel as well if it's your first time here. Trying to get to 2,500 subscribers. That's the next milestone we're aiming for. We're currently just under 2,400, so still some way to go. But we'll be keeping the content coming. I think a quick question. I'm not sure if you guys spoke about it already. But what would you consider a good first season for Bailey? All right, Gennaro, Leon Bailey fan, what would you consider a good first season, especially coming off the back of that season that he had?
Leon, with the team that he's playing with, a team that has shown the capacity to score, especially just looking at Watkins last season. I think he scored 14 goals, 12 to 14 goals around that line. Danny Ings I think he did about 16. So with that, I'm expecting at a minimum, say about 7 to 8 assists. And from his scoring side, I'm thinking about 5 goals in the first half, because I don't think that he will necessarily be as aggressive. I think he'd want to be more of his team player self, as opposed to showing his independent, his personal flair. So I'm going for the 8 assists and 5 goals.
And that would be a good season for you, a good first season.
That's a good start.
All right, fair enough. Steph, I hope that answers that. I think 9 goals coming in from the wing and maybe 8 assists, or 9 and 9. I'm not expecting double figures on each, but I think closer to the double figures. I can put it at 9 each. But that's me though. Maybe I'm expecting too much. But again, they're 38.
I'm trying to be conservative here.
Again, as I said, there are 38 games in the season, so I think.
It's a longer season, because that's something too.
That's not too much to ask, right? So. Yeah, 38 games to come up with 18 goal involvements. I don't think that's too much. No,
that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
All right. So again, folks, keep the comments coming in. We will be here for another 20 minutes or so. I won't stay too long. I first said I was gonna stay on it here for an hour. It's already over the hour. I see you guys are here. Yeah, man, agreed. Yeah, all right, Steph Curry. Glad I could answer that. Steph, what's happening over there at Liverpool, Steph? Let us know. You played who? Osasuna? Gave them a thrashing. One of your players limped off, injured as well. What's happening? What number will Leon Bailey wear? That's a tough one.
Well, I haven't seen the information, but I'm hoping that he keeps his number 9.
I'm gonna check the squad numbers and see what's happening.
And I'm not seen anything so far, because I'm not seeing where he has even arrived at Aston Villa just yet. I mean, I wake up every morning just to confirm that he's there, but I haven't seen that bit of information yet. So yeah, I'm hopeful.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see squad numbers. All right, 2021, 2022. Let's see if it's out as yet. So, Zebi, I'm not seeing Leon Bailey as yet. Okay, Leon Bailey. I don't see a number for Leon Bailey as yet. No. Don't see a number for Leon Bailey. Well, I see a number for everyone else except Leon Bailey and Danny Ings. Oh, and Buendia. So the new signings, they haven't received any number as yet based on what I'm seeing here. What do you think about Ravel play today? I think Ravel was his brilliant self. Ravel being Ravel. The goal top to top. Leon Bailey is in England in quarantine. Yeah, what do you think? Okay, Robertson will be out for a month. Yep. Formula. I expected him to be in England in quarantine, but his number hasn't been revealed. I think he did a few videos that Aston Villa uploaded to their website, their official website. But as it relates to preseason game, he wasn't involved in any one of them. He played. There was a preseason. Yeah, there's a preseason game that was played yesterday or the day before. He wasn't a part of that group either.
And by your reports, he's not yet in training.
Right. He wasn't in the photo session either. The photo session took place yesterday with the celebrations and all of that. So the quarantine makes 100% sense. So again, we're still waiting to see what will happen. And as a result, that's why I thought he probably won't be taking part in the game at the weekend. So all those factors. all right. I won't say it anymore. I won't say it. All right. Let me scrap the thought.
Yeah, we need that one.
Yeah, man. We're just gonna allow you to go out there and watch a player. If it even means he's sitting in the stands in a suit. All right. Yeah, man. But blessings, everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome to Halftime TV. You know, we keep it 100% factual, objective, raw football analysis. We've been doing a little bit of the Olympics. Took a whole lot out of us. We know how that was, waking up early in the mornings, doing videos, doing streams for the Olympics. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad the ladies did well. Congratulations to Jamaican females wherever you are in the world. Hopefully we can bring one of those females on here one of these weeks so you folks can get to interact with them. All right. So again, good stuff. We're gonna keep the content coming. Turn the notification on if you haven't done so as yet. And as I said, folks, hit the like button. Keep the likes coming in. The more likes the video has, the wider the reach. All right. You were saying, Gennaro.
Yeah, man. To the point about Ravel earlier. That game was a good game. And again, I did watch that game because Lord Ravel, Jamaica, said I'm going to look at the game. So I watched it in parts. I didn't get to watch the entire thing because the work was there.
Yeah.
It was good. I kind of wonder if that free kick was deliberate. I replayed it about 10 times to see if it was a deliberate tactic. Even his team members kind of celebrated with him like, yeah, it worked. Because if you realize there wasn't much effort to get the ball over the wall. I don't know if you watched the game. You watched it?
No. I just watched the highlights.
Yeah, man. So I'm wondering to myself if it was deliberate. Because there wasn't much effort to get the ball over the wall. And because if you look at the second strike had all that finesse and power behind it that says goal. But the first thing was just a gentle push down so that they get it back on a nice platter and then bam. The strike was awesome, man. I wish him the best for the season, and I'm happy that with his first game, he would have played so well. So it would mean that there shouldn't be questions about his position going into the EFL. Because this wasn't the EFL. I think this was some cup competition that they were playing. It's a cup thingy.
No.
Yeah, so it wasn't the championships.
Yeah, I think the championship game was played a few days ago.
Right. So this was the championship game. It was another cup that they have. And this is the first game he did well. come the EFL, he should be in the starting level for the second game. And I look forward to that as well.
Definitely. Ravel Morrison. As I said, it means only good things for the Reggae boys because we have Ravel Morrison. We know how many games are in the championship. That's far more games than we're playing in the English Premier League. So again, getting game time under your belt, what it does, it means he'll be sharper, he'll be fitter, he'll be ready to play for Jamaica. And what it also means is it will be a platform for him to showcase his talent. And who knows, maybe after that 1 year contract is finished, another big move is on the cards, or exactly, or he'll even be given a longer contract next time. All right, so let's go over to the comments to hear what the folks over here are saying. Steph Curry, all good at Liverpool, bro. Yeah, I saw the injury to Harvey Elliott. Was it Harvey Elliott or Curtis Jones? One of the youngsters in Liverpool's team. I saw that he limped off in the game. Steph, shed some light on that for me, please. But Harvey Elliott is definitely a talent. What do you think about what's this one? What's the youngster's name that's playing in the championship? Wilson. What do you think about Wilson, Steph? Because I think you guys should have kept Wilson this season, you know. Yeah, I'm expecting a title challenge, but Chelsea and Manchester City looking strong also. Yep, Chelsea. By the time Chelsea announces Lukaku, I'll be old and grey. I'll be old and grey. Still waiting on that. Steph, I think we will get a couple signings close to the end of the transfer window. We need to open up our international squad, open up some international squad places first. That's why we're pushing to get Origi and Shaq sold. I think Shaqiri is a good player, and I don't think he'll be short of suitors if the price is right. So you guys just don't ask for too much for Shaqiri. Just probably say a 10 million pounds or 15 million, 13 million
Shaqiri
pounds.
is at Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were, because I hear you mention we were talking about Chelsea earlier.
No.
Shaqiri was a name I was looking forward to, because he did play well in the last World Cup as well. It's a good player.
Shaqiri always plays well for Switzerland. Whenever he's on international duty, it's a different animal. So it's almost as if he transforms. Kind of like Granit Xhaka. Kind of like Granit Xhaka. Kind of like Granit Xhaka when he's on international duty. Like everything changes. Like I don't know if it's a Swiss team, it's a Swiss cheese, something that's over there that gets the best out of the players. All right. Robertson got injured. They're trying to get back the 12 million they paid for him. Come on, Liverpool. Come on. I think 10 to 12 is fair. Shaqiri is a quality player for 12 million.
I think in a better system, he might excel and even do better. Because if you realize how
the manager that rates him.
If you look at how even Pogba plays with France relative to how he plays with Manchester United, is a total different player again. So it's clear that there's something wrong with these teams. You know what I mean?
True. And Shaqiri has played for some big clubs. Remember, Shaqiri has played for Bayern Munich. I think he won Champions League with Bayern Munich. He's played for Inter Milan. And then he came to Stoke in England, you know. So he's played for some big teams. So it says he has qualities. He has qualities to perform at the top level. It's just, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening with him. All right, who else we have here? All right, folks, just about 12 minutes we have left on here. As I said, I'm doing an hour and 30 minutes. We're leaving it at 1 hour and 30 minutes tonight. I won't have you guys keep me on here too long. I have to do a... Go ahead.
You cut into miracle easy time, downtime after work, you know, but I just had to sign on. So now I have to go and finish up my stuff, after logging out. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, man.
I do wish Jamaica come up with the chumps this time, and I will need to tap the entire qualification going into World Cup. That is the only what you call that, compensation for the failure that we put forward in the Gold Cup. There's no way US should have won the Gold Cup, you know.
True. US are the kings of CONCACAF after this
and you know,
summer.
The rudest person was tactical manager. You saw his question, who will win the Gold Cup? Certainly not Jamaica.
Oh God.
That was funny.
That's him though. That's him.
That was
Always in the
funny.
matter.
I was most upset. I tell you, man, I didn't watch no more commentary. Not at all. I'm just done with it after that. And then having seen that comment, I'm like, nigga, if I could see you right now, the
uh,
man be like, certainly not Jamaica, but we should have won that. I think we should have. That was our opportunity. I might be even happy that we didn't even win because we would hear that, oh, we sent a weakened team. That would be the excuse, you know? So in a down season like after, what, 2021? No, not 2021, 2023.
yeah, the 2023 cycle.
That would be a good cycle to win it when everybody is on there. Because I don't think we have any competition that will kind of mess with the flow that people need to send people all over the place. Everybody should be bringing their best team.
Yeah,
Jamaica has proven themselves. It's time for us to really stand as one of the real superpower in CONCACAF. Because right now we are the third superpower, and that is not sufficient. I think we need to
fair enough.
show ourselves as being the superpower. We have the spirit, we have the team, we have the players. We just
We
need to
have the
put them
coach.
together. No, we don't have the coach. I tell you, I'm one to stand for Whitmore in the past,
Yeah,
but I've lost confidence. But I'm hoping that he has one last fight in him,
yeah,
and that this fight will bring us to the World Cup.
yeah.
I hope.
Blessings, coaches. This. Welcome, bro. Welcome. How you doing? You reach as I'm about to leave. You reach. I'm doing 10 more minutes on here, and then I'm gonna call it a night. We're not staying on here too long. It's Tuesday night. Chelsea plays tomorrow. As I said, I'll be doing a short video, putting up on my channel. Win, lose, or draw. Chelsea. You know how it is. I have a video to do for Premier League Fan Zone. I have to upload that video tonight, so I won't stay too long. As I said, Fan Zone has been messaging me all afternoon, so I need to do a quick video for them, send it to them, so they can use it on Saturday after Chelsea's game. So you can look out for that video as well. Well, it's just a video of me celebrating Chelsea's goal. Curtis had a knock in the game. Both him and Robertson will be out for a few weeks. Wilson should have gotten a chance, but he's not favored by Klopp. Shock his quality, but I can't say why he's struggling. Okay, all right, and that's coming from the Liverpool man, giving me all the details on his team. Thanks as always, Steph, for that bit of insight. You know most about Liverpool. I watch Liverpool, but I'm not as versed as to what's happening at your club. All right. So again, big up. Yes, coaches, this big up, blessings. As I said, I'll be going over the pointers again. We have the 5 pointers here. Why the Jamaica Football Federation, and I started at 9, I think. I think I started at 9, yeah. So why the Jamaica Football Federation and Theodore Whitmore are happier than all the fans on here for the beginning of the English Premier League and the La Liga and the Serie A and all these football leagues reconvening. And I'll go through. One, it's an opportunity it's a scouting opportunity for Theodore Whitmore and his team to find that midfielder that has been eluding the team for the longest while. We know the team has struggled. We've been in search of a midfielder for so many years now. And I think with so many Jamaicans playing in the EFL Championship, we have some Jamaicans, or we call them Jamaicans, but of Jamaican heritage as well, coming into the English
Jamaicans.
Yeah. In the English Premier League as well. So I think it's a perfect scouting opportunity for Theodore Whitmore and his team to find that missing link and to get that missing piece of the puzzle, so we can go into the qualifiers September 3 a better team. It's also a chance for some players to regain match fitness and match sharpness. We spoke about Ravel Morrison, Leon Bailey as well. We saw him twice during the Gold Cup. I think coming into the new season in the English Premier League, playing at the highest level, it only means good things for him. And going into the World Cup qualifiers, I think this sort of competition, this level of football, the opponents that he'll be up against, is good preparation for the World Cup qualifiers, and it means good things for Jamaica again. second reason why Whitmore and the Jamaica Football Federation will be through the roof. They're super happy because what? Leon Bailey will be playing in the best league in the world, the fastest league in the world, and the most physical league in the world. And he's playing for a big club as well that can actually compete week in, week out. So again, that's the second takeaway. Less attention to the national team. We spoke about it before. I'll speak about it again. The Gold Cup finished. The Olympics started. So the Gold Cup, the disappointment from the Gold Cup, it wasn't chastised. So we the fans, we didn't get the opportunity to point the fingers properly and to cuss them out, for lack of a better term, because the Olympics started just as soon as the Gold Cup finished. And as such, our attention was rechanneled over to the Olympics. And then the Olympics, the females did well, the males didn't do too well. Big up Fresh God, big up, thanks for joining us. The males didn't do too well. So the bashing that the Jamaica football team was supposed to get from the Gold Cup, we ended up bashing the Jamaican male athletes who underperformed at the Olympic Games. All right, so we rechannel all of that bashing, and again, Theodore Whitmore and his team would be happy for that. All right, so thank God football, because the red light will come off them as well. All right. Next thing, it's a few weeks for the administration to regroup. All right, so football is reconvened. So it means no international football for 2 or 3 weeks until the World Cup qualifiers begins on September 3. So they'll get to brush off the disappointment of the Gold Cup, brush off all of the shame and take everything off of them back, the load that they've been traveling with. They'll get the opportunity to take all of that off, to shuffle up and to regroup and come again on September 3rd. So again, they'll be happy. The football season is reconvening. And finally, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to reopen the door for youngsters in Jamaica who are looking to play in the English Premier League. Now, I'll tie it back to Leon Bailey. As I said, Leon Bailey is, or Messi, as our guest on here said, and as a result, he will be showcasing what Jamaica is about. And what this means is him playing on the biggest stage, showcasing what Jamaica is about. It will attract more eyes, more attention to come to Jamaica to see who else is there, or to try and find the next Leon Bailey. All right, so those are my 5 reasons why I think Theodore Whitmore and the Jamaica Football Federation are even happier than us, the fans, that football is reconvening at the weekend. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We appreciate it. Jonardo, all right, what's good? What you have to say about those takeaways that I came up with?
Yes, for me though, the final thought is on the benefits are the plus that came from the failure in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Now we have a point to prove.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
You know, so I think having not done as expected with the additions coming into the team now has something to prove that they are indeed worthy of being called champions.
Yeah.
And they will show, I think they will show themselves going forward. So this is the expectation that everybody have, especially with the Mikel Antonios as possible players coming in. I hear word that what's his name? Kemar Roof has not signed. The details on that is a little bit cloudy, but you know, with those players coming in and the possibility of a good central defender in the like of Anthony Grant, should that all happen and everything come together, Liam Bailey get himself together and come back and play the football that we know he can play, I think we should be having a good World Cup qualifiers. And again, this is where we need to stamp our authority as being a CONCACAF, a leader in the CONCACAF and not just a third player. We need to be that player, that team in the CONCACAF that shows ourselves with quality. That's the expectation. I think the fans have that expectation. I mean, at Jamaica will be what do you call it, braggadocious?
Yeah.
So we are expected to do well, you know what I mean? So we'll be hopeful, and I keep my fingers crossed and prepare for the tournament to start.
All right. Again, folks, thanks so very much for joining us. Players will be playing and the prep will be geared towards tactics for World Cup qualifiers. Thanks for that pointer as well, coaches. This, as I said, those are the ones that I came up with. If you can think of any, leave them in the comment section. I'll be calling it quits for tonight. As I said, have a ton load of videos to do. Have to send a few to fan zone as soon as I'm finished with this one. So I'll be leaving it here for tonight. We appreciate the support each and every one of you guys have been giving us for the past few weeks. Coaches, that's Fresh God. Dre, Anyweather, sorry I couldn't get you on here. Dre, I'm about to dip. Steph Curry, everyone who's on here, Walker. We appreciate all the love that we've been getting. And as I said, baby steps, but definitely we'll be getting there slowly but surely. All right. Chelsea all the way tomorrow. Remember, guys, to check out that game, Super Cup final, Chelsea versus Villarreal. We will be avenging Arsenal's flogging as well as Manchester United's flogging. We will be avenging all of that for you guys. Don't worry, we'll take care of business and we'll ensure that the Super Cup comes back to England. All right. So big up everybody. We appreciate all the support, and until next time, Noranda Brown here from Halftime TV saying peace out. Enjoy what's left of your night.